All right, so in today's video, we're watching a Silver 4 tank. In this game, we get to see Zarya, Jungle Queen, Roadhog. They also mentioned that they're able to play every hero but Winston. So this is quite the hero pool. Basically, to summarize, they couldn't get in the limb because they weren't being healed. And then one of their teammates called them bad, so they swapped Hog. But apparently before that, they can't get a limbs because they're not getting healed. First of all, I do want to say Zarya on Havana can be a very interesting pick because you try to get that value that can be a little bit more difficult to get. So I would be careful of just kind of standing there with those right clicks like that and standing still. So we'll see what happens. Okay, you're definitely getting healed. Okay, I want to point that part out. You're definitely getting healed. Okay. All right. Let's just stop right there for a second. We're going to discuss that one, okay? All right, first of all, this right here is exactly what I expected to see. You said nothing else you can do there, unlucky? Oh, yeah, true. Never mind. That was unlucky. Good call. So this is exactly what I expected to see. You ran right in as Zarya, bubbled twice, fell back, sat there, got healed up a ton, ran back in, bubbled, had no bubble, and then kept running at them. That's what's going to happen to you if you play Zarya like that. It doesn't matter how good your supports are at that point. If you run at them like you are with no bubbles, you will get rolled. You have to use line of sight. See all this right here? See this whole side of the map? Play around there. Play up here. Do the same thing. Hide. I just, like, right away when you said you weren't getting healed, and then I'm watching you get healed, and I watch you run in, and that is just a part of the problem. You can't do that. One of the biggest tips I have for Zarya is always make it seem like you have 3 bubbles to the other team. Which means if you have about 1.5 bubbles at all times, you'll be in a good spot. If you aren't going to have 1.5 bubbles, then play good positioning. So when you do overuse your bubbles or have to use your bubbles, then you don't go into them aggressively. Like right now you have no bubbles, so you're in the middle of the open, right? This is their timing to get you. Now you have a bubble, but you used it right away. You have 100 charge though, so I'll see what happens. I'll give you the charge in this one, because I will do this on Zarya sometimes, too. Okay, you still have no bubbles. Okay, you have a bubble now. Be careful on your use of this, because the energy won't matter if they just kill you right away. Okay, this isn't going to be on the supports on healing you. This is you just not using your cooldowns correct. You're just bubbling the bubble. Like, you're not even thinking about what you want to do with your bubbles. Like, I can go a whole game as Zarya, and I could bubble myself 80% of the time, but I'm doing it with, like, a reason behind that bubble. You have to think about your positioning. If you have bad positioning in a Zarya, it doesn't matter how much charge you have. Good bubble. That was a good use of your bubble. So now when you have bubbles, you don't use the bubble. You die to a mortar orb. But like right now, I really don't think this is on your supports. Not healing you, that is. Okay, we're just gonna, I had to let that happen. I had to let that whole team fight happen because it goes back to what we were just talking about. You're just going in with your bubbles. You're out of position. It doesn't matter who's going to be on support at that point. If you play like that and you don't like have good target priority and good position, you're going to get rolled. And you're going in, you're getting somebody to half HP, you're running away, you're spinning in circles, you're not doing anything that would allow for your supports to be able to even remotely keep you up. And look at the comp you're running. You're running Moira and you're running a Yari. A Yari is good with heal and pylon. You're not going to get healed a ton by a Yari. And Moira can heal you, but they also have a diva, so you're going to lose a little bit of that orb value, right? So you need to play that positioning. I had to talk about it a little bit because you had mentioned that you didn't get healed, which is why you had to switch heroes, and like that's what was happening. You can make a swap here, that's fine, but you need to concentrate on your positioning. All right, what's the next hero you're on? Okay, Orisa. All right, that was quick. Okay, Jungle Queen. Oh, that was probably the quickest Orisa gameplay we've seen. watch it. Yeah, silver 4, yep. Good carnage. Nice job. You're not gonna get healed though, here. Just want you to recognize this. You're not gonna get healed. Health pack. Health pack. Health pack. Pylon. Pylon right there. Go towards the pylon. Play around the pylon. You have 2 options here. You go to that pylon right away, or you go to the health pack over here. You have to recognize that situation, okay? Anyway, I just want to point that little part out. Good use of cover there, by the way. That's an example of the cover I was talking about. Now, you need to play smart on the cart. Right here, this is good. This is what I would call good positioning. You don't have to over-push in, because you're not going to be able to get healed. You need to use your positioning right now. Just stay alive. Don't play too aggressive. Don't play too aggressive. Just hide right here. Don't, just wait. Just be patient. If you peek, you'll take damage. Don't peek them. I know you're not getting healed for a second, but... Listen, in this situation, you need to play cover. And I'm not saying that, like, you know, I think you could have been healed a little bit right there. I will give you that. But, like, you need to play cover the whole time, and you need to just give it time. You can't keep running at them. If you keep taking damage, right, and then you run back at them when you're not full HP, then you're going to keep falling over no matter what. That's just what's going to happen. Keep your ultimate. Oh. You know what? I don't mind that. I know why you did that. I don't even mind that. Basically, they're shouting to help their teammates get a little bit of speed boost. I'm okay with that. You know, is it ideal? I don't know. I mean, I don't do it too often unless I really need to get back on my team, but, like, I get it. I understand the concept there. I'm not going to be upset with that one. You have your shout in time anyway. Look at your comp. You're on Moira Zen, okay? Your Reaper just died, and you went in with an ultimate. Now, hear me out, chat. I'm gonna give you a bit of a hot take here. The ultimate, I'm kind of okay with. And let me explain something. What was the problem after the ultimate? You had like a perfect spot right here to play angles and to give value to your teammates there. Instead, you kind of just stayed around here and just stayed in the middle of the team. You have a spot like right here, for example. Right? Now, chat, would I ult that? I don't know, maybe not. Sometimes I have good ultimates, sometimes I have bad ultimates. That's why I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, what are you doing? Like, you've seen my Junker Queen ultimates. Listen, my Junker Queen ultimates are a treat sometimes. But you need to figure out where your cover is next. And I know we're going in depth in this one, chat, but like sometimes when we see the, like, oh, this is my supports weren't healing me, I want to like show where you can kind of, even if that was the case, which I don't think it's the case right now, I want to show spots where you can, it's a simple improvement as just going here, right? They now have an off angle, your teammates have an angle, and now you're good. You see what I'm saying? So like, there's just things I'm seeing that I'm like, well, it's not on your supports. If you're going to sit in the middle of the open, you're going to get rolled. Fine with the carnage. I'm okay with the shout. Is it the best shout? No, but I'm okay with it. Okay, that's it. Okay, so now at this point, this is where you said your teammate said something to you, and you're like, you know what? I'm not getting healed then. I'm gonna go Roadhog. So now you're on Roadhog because your teammates said something to you, but you had said your teammates weren't healing you, which we just saw like 10 minutes worth of that, and you were not. You were out of position. Now you're on Roadhog. Let's see what happens. And you said you went Roadhog so you could get healed. This is just to point that out again here. Ego VOD? It's not an Ego VOD. So what's your plan here? Like, what do you want to focus on here? Right? I think, like, breaking the Sigma shield... you know what? Do me a favor. Break that Sigma shield behind you. That Sigma left their shield, and you can get rid of that shield completely, so it won't even be, like, at full HP at all. I would have just broken that shield. They wouldn't have had anything. That shield would already be broken. Oh, what a pig pen.
I hate bombs.
Probable. Thanks for 28 months, Steven. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Nice hook. That was a good play. Good job there. I can't even begin to figure out how they got their Sigma ult so fast. That was a hook. And Mort, thanks for the tier 1. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. You can ult him off the cart now if you want. That's going to be a lot of shields on that Sigma. Okay. One thing I want you to be careful of in that situation, because you would use your ultimate, right? But one thing you need to really be careful with is when you ult into a Sigma like that, you may have given them the point. Technically what you want to do, and this goes for anybody who's playing Hog against a Sigma, you want to bait out their E and then hook them during your ultimate, and then you just roll the Sigma. The Sigma will fall over, all right? The Sigma will just fall over. Oh, Hog on the flank now. I don't mind this for now. Okay. I don't mind you staying on the cart. If nobody else is on the cart, this is fine. You said they're doing better on Hog? I can explain why in a second. Good hook. Yep. I'm watching still. Okay, so I'm gonna pause for a second. Someone in the chat says, yeah, they're doing better on Hog. Well, think about it. And I'll give you like an idea behind that. They're playing Hog, and they have the same exact position on every other tank, but what do they have now? They have the heals. That's what they said. They said they weren't getting healed, but they were getting healed, but then they have even more heals because they are playing Roadhog. That's it. The problem is that if they're going to want to improve on tank and get better at what they're doing with that, each tank is going to have a different way you play. That's why I always say don't play Sigma like Reinhardt. Play Sigma like Sigma. If you play every tank where you just run it down middle and you just sit in the middle of the open and you're out of position, you are going to get rolled a lot of the time. So you need to work on positioning for each hero that you play. Roadhog, you can be a little bit more aggressive, especially when they don't have an Ana. They don't have an Ana, so you just run at them. So you're still going to have bad position, but you're going to survive longer in team fights because your supports that were already doing a pretty good job of at least getting heals on you, now we're doing that more in Hog, right? And it's not because your supports are playing bad, it's because you have a little bit more damage reduction and heals while having bad positioning. The number one issue I'm seeing here is positioning. Like that is like the number one issue I'm seeing so far out of everything. Like, yeah, the Hog misses hook. Chat, I'll play a Hog game, I'll have 80% hook accuracy, and I'll have 20% hook accuracy. I can't sit there and like hard focus on that. Yeah, be a little bit more patient with like your hooks, of course, but like that's gonna happen. But your positioning is like the number one key on that. Like your positioning just not you haven't had a good position. You know what I'm saying? Wow, that was amazing. Good hook. Nice job. That was a good play. What's been interesting to me here. Okay. Why haven't you healed yourself yet? And I ask that because the way that Hog's heal works now is it's resource-based. Nice hook again. Is it's resource-based? So, like, it would have been okay to, like... It would have been okay to, like, heal, right? Like... Because you're going to get it back in time anyway. I just feel like that's the situation where you should have just healed and been fine. Like, you're gonna still do that. That's why. Yeah, you can still hear me, right? I didn't hack anything up. Wait a second. We're good now. Perfect. Sorry for the sound cut out for a second. Just spamming abilities and wasting cooldowns. I mean, honestly, on Hog, you have Hook, you have Pigpen, which is an inconvenience to the other team. Like, Hog is about spamming cooldowns to begin with. Like, there's Hog is, outside of Hook, there's not, like, some situation with Hog where you're like, I gotta save my cooldowns. Like, you just... I mean, obviously your heal, like, I know that you would want to save your heal and all that, but, like, my point is like, if there's a hero you're gonna watch tank-wise that just hits a bunch of buttons, it's gonna be Hog. Nice Pigpen. Good mail. I do like you getting aggressive there. Nice job. All right, chat. I'm going to try this bit now, so give me 1 second. I think it's going to work. You're going to hear me right now. I'm going to be talking. I'm going to kind of showcase you what your tank play style is, okay? When you don't use your cooldowns, right? Or when you use your cooldowns too much. We're going to go back to the example of Zarya. When you use 2 bubbles, your play style should be playing kind of like this, right? Like, this is a wall. This is the cover. Okay, my bubbles have been used, right? So I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to back up. I'm hiding here. You can see me, see? You have the Zarya beam. You're like, woohoo! Like, right? It's great. You have the Zarya beam. You're in a good spot. They can't get you. But your play style is like this. Heal me! Heal me! Heal me! Heal me! Heal me! Heal me! And then you fall over because you're out of position, right? And that's your play style, and that becomes the problem. So when you play Zarya, you need to play smarter. And then on Roadhog, which is the hero you're seeing right here, is where you're benefiting from that, right? Is because Roadhog, you can play that way, but it's not because of the lack of heals. You get what I'm saying? So to summarize, use your cooldowns correctly. Back to you, which is me.
Join me.
Here we go. Were you AFK or were you talking to your teammates? I want to know now. Were you AFK or were you talking to your teammates? You had an limb right there if you wanted it. What in the world is happening? That Reaper just teleported behind you. Like, these are the plays that you're getting away with, but if you do... Yep, there you go. Right back to spawn. You have a heal! You have damage reduction when you heal, so make sure to use that button. Like, that's not on your supports. You have a damage reduction. And you have the heal. Positioning. You got stuck on an object there, so I did see you falling back. I'm okay with this. But don't go into the middle after this. Just like, play around the wall. Like, right here. Yeah, that's good. No. This way is not good. Left, just a little bit. Okay, never mind. The Zarya got stuck on the car. You're good. I'm trying to get you in the idea of good positioning, but honestly, if a Zarya gets stuck behind a cart and does the same thing you do, it works in your favor. Now you just try to Tony Hawk the cart. You have a heal. It has damage reduction. Nice Pigpen. Okay, you have a heal. All right, so you want to use that to be able to get that damage reduction. This is where I'm talking about your ability usage could use a lot of work, and that's why, like, don't hard focus on, oh, my supports aren't healing me. Focus on what you can improve on here, which is your positioning, your cooldown usage. Like, are you typing to them right now? So I want you to be able to, like, did you say Tony Hawk? I don't know what's happening. You want a little bit of a hot take about that, though? At the same time, I'm kind of glad they were just not pushing in because it's an overtime and they probably would have staggered in and got rolled. So believe it or not, even though they were AFK there, it actually was a better play than just running into the team. Even though I'm not saying that's a good play, but I'm glad you didn't run into the cart and just feed in overtime. That's why we have it on the bingo card. You know what I mean? Like, my recommendation is don't do that play right there, but definitely stay away from the cart until your teammates are there. You can kill them. Nice ult. Good ult usage there. Good ult usage. That was good. Good job. Nice play. Well played right there. That was good. That was good. And like I said, whenever we do the spectators, we're always going to point out like a lot of the good things that are happening too, because I want you to be able to take some of these positives and these plays that you're making and be like, okay, that is a good play. You played that correctly, recognizing the Reaper didn't have shift. That's a good play, right? Like that. Both of that can happen. You can improve both ways on that. So it's like, that's good. That was a good play. Here we go. How do you find my Discord? Exclamation point Discord. Or just the bot randomly linked it right there. I do like you going left side here at the beginning. I do like that play by you. Because now you get the... This is interesting, because I feel like if you stayed in the left room, the other team would have had to worry about so much that, like, your team would have a little bit easier time here. At the same time, there's a Reaper behind you on cart. The reason why the cart's contested is because there's a Reaper right in front of you. Target priority. There's a Reaper to your right who just used their fade. There's a Reaper. There's a Reaper that... Good job getting the Zarya, but you would have gotten the Zarya before the Reaper anyway. I mean, the Reaper before the Zarya anyway. There's a Reaper on cart. There you go. Try to use, like... If you, like, hear the Reaper or see the Reaper running into your team and you see them use fade, go for the Reaper. It's a free limb. It's a free limb. At the very worst, Zarya bubbles the Reaper, and now that's an easier limb on the Zarya. Good wall by your May. Nice hook. I like that. They have one more bubble. Now you can go right into him. Easy limb. Try to hook the Moira here. That's important, because you can stop that ultimate. All right. You're going to have May ult soon, I think. No, you're at 80%. You should be able to win this. Use your heals. Nice. Yeah, you have this. They're out of position, the other team, that is. Yeah, but your Zen ulted at a good time. You're fine. Nice. Not worried about the hook. It happens. We all miss our hook sometimes. Pigpen. Pigpen the front of the cart. They're all hiding behind cart. Pigpen the... Okay, I want you to, like... I'm going to pause for 1 second because I want to give you kind of like a little suggestion here. Use your Pigpen in front of the cart. And what I mean by that is more than likely they're going to play where the May's at. So when you ping in front of this is going to do damage to them and slow them down. So I would recommend, like, throwing your Pigpen here rather than not using it at all. Because this now makes it that, so... There was a Reaper on cart, but at this point, that's just not happening. I'll be honest with you, Chad, I'm not even mad at Hog Ult. Listen, I know it wasn't a good Hog Ult, but I get why. Like, I get why. Did you mad? Oh, understandable. Good May ult. That should be a win. Nope, never mind. Nobody was in it. Okay, so I have a before we finish this game here, I do have a slight suggestion right there that could be very helpful to you and your team at this point. If you just killed their Zarya and they don't have a tank there, this is where you can really push up and get in the limb. This is like a two-part scenario because you also need to talk to your teammates and be like, stay on the cart, please, and then get confirmation about staying on the cart, okay? And then go do that. But like, there's a time in there where you could have had a free limb. Nice hook. Good job. Good target priority there. And the Zarya went out of position, but they had to. The Zarya can't do anything about that. And there you go. Good hook. And that's the dub. There you go, you won. All right, listen. Here's what we learned from this. Okay? Here's what I learned from this, what you need to do. Work on your positioning. Your positioning is all over the place. You basically said your healers weren't healing you, you went hog, and then you dominated or demolished as hog. I would not necessarily go with demolished as hog, I'm gonna be honest with you. But the reason why it worked more for you on hog is because you can heal yourself. And then when you didn't heal yourself, you got rolled. But like, it wasn't because your supports were bad. Your supports were doing a great job keeping you alive. You were feeding a lot more than you even knew you were because you were on a hero that has damage reduction. So you need to work on your positioning. Like, that's the number one thing. Your positioning and your cooldowns will improve. This was not in your supports. Your supports are playing fine. At least in my opinion. Obviously, you could watch it from their point of view. It could be a little bit different. Like, your supports, in my opinion, were playing fine. That was on your position. Oh, and target priority. Good call. That was on your position. You were just out of position constantly. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Sub to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. If you want to submit your own VOD, just or spectating for a video, look in the description below. My Discord's right there. Follow everything in the description if you haven't. Just follow everything. We record these live on stream. See the Twitch chat right there. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night.